Hey, so evolutionists, atheists, which part of you came first? The nervous system, the circulatory system, the cardiovascular system, the muscular system, the skeletal system, the endocrine system, the respiratory system? Did they all come together at the same time? Without any intelligence, it just has a mind of its own, huh? And then it decided that smiles would be beautiful, laughter would be necessary. Where did it get its food from to eat to sustain itself? How did it live for millions of years to be able to give itself life and the ability to breathe? Who gave it its nose to breathe in oxygen? Who gave it legs to walk? How did it move? How did it know what was good to eat? How did it not get sick and die from the first disease that it ever caught, the first bacteria that it ever received? Who decorated it in beauty? Who gave it its eyes and its nose and its teeth and its tongue and its digestive system? Who gave it its hair? Who gave it its skin? Who gave it its organs? And which organ came first? The heart? The kidney, the spleen, the brain, the skin? What came first? What, the liver came first? Yo, atheists and evolutionists are so stupid. So stupid. So stupid. Oh my God, y'all are so stupid. So stupid. Yeah. So stupid. Now, you know, there are those who've seen the spirit world. They've seen the spirit world. How do you explain that? How does evolution explain that? How does evolution explain the spirit world? Now, you haven't seen the spirit world. But now when someone sees the spirit world and realizes that there's more that exists than what's flesh and bones and blood, then when they listen to people, stupid people, talking about evolution and that they don't believe in spirits and a God who is the supreme spirit, right? They don't believe in him. When you talk like that to someone who's seen the spirit world, you sound so stupid because you're literally ignorant. You don't know what you're talking about. That's why the world's most proclaimed atheist became a believer in God. But after he lived his whole life and was old and was about to die, then all of a sudden, oh yeah, they got to be a God because, and he gave his scientific explanation. Yeah, on your deathbed, you accepted God. And all you foolish, ignorant, dumb want to deny God and deny the fact that there has to be some intelligent design. But maybe when you're old and you're about to die and frail, that's when you'll accept God. But you know something? God is so merciful that if that's when you accept him, He's merciful. He's very forgiving. So if that's when you decide to accept him, hey, so be it. But know that you missed out on a whole lifetime of being able to accept or receive blessings from the Almighty because you rejected him your whole life. So suit yourself. But you dumb idiots are still gonna say there is no God. Yeah, dumb idiots. Stupid, foolish. Man, I wish I could curse you guys out. Seriously. Because y'all deserve it. Absolutely. Now, this thing that produced life Was it itself alive? Whatever it is that caused life. Let's remove God out of the picture. No intelligent design whatsoever. No intelligence at all. Like, we're removing God completely. Was it itself alive to cause life to be produced? This thing, these organisms, these mechanisms, these whatever it was, whatever it is, how did it sustain itself? What did it eat? How did it know what to eat? Who gave it its food to sustain itself? How was it smart enough to do what it needed to do to live on a daily basis? Did it have organs? What did it use to digest its food? Who gave it its organs? Do you know how complex an organ is? Who gave it its heart? This thing that produced life on Earth. Forget about the Big Bang, what caused the Big Bang. Forget about who created the perfectly circular planets and all the beauty, the majesty of the universe. Forget about all of that. Let's just focus on planet Earth. And forget about the rich amount of food and all the beauty you see on Earth. No, let's focus on the life. Let's focus on the living organisms. The very first life. Let's focus on that. Who caused it to take its first breath? Who gave it its organs? Did it give itself its own mate? It created its own female. Was it a female first? It created its own male to sleep with? Who gave it its genitals? Who caused its genitals to work perfectly to produce life? Who took care of the life within the womb to give birth? How long did this organism live to cause itself to have all these faculties? Who gave it its brain, its intelligence? How did it know what the hell to do? How did it get its erection? How did it get an erection? Who gave it its blood? How did it produce its own blood? Are you really so stupid to not know how complex every single thing is in life? Nothing is simple. The atom is not simple, okay? Nothing is simple. I don't care how basic you may think it is not simple. There are billions of information and data within every single cell. Who put all that information in there? Why does the eyeball need to be perfectly circular? It doesn't need to be perfectly circular for you to see. And if it wasn't perfectly circular for you to see, how could you see? You know how complicated that is for you to see things, for you to smell things, for you to detect scent? Let alone for everything to be beautiful, to be put together in beauty, in perfection. Who did it? Just chance? Hell. Language, morality, sense of right and wrong. Emotions, smiles, laughter, pleasure, good and bad, good food. All the food looks beautiful, tastes good. Mangoes look beautiful. Strawberries are beautiful. Pineapples are beautiful and elegant. Pomegranates are beautiful. Grapes are beautiful. Watermelons are beautiful. Yams, yucca, plantains, bananas, oranges. No, all of this came about by random chance. And the evidence that we know that it came about by random chance, look at the finches at the Galapagos. Look at the finches at the Galapagos. They evolved into other finches. That proves that there is no God. Oh my God, I wish I could smack the crap out of all you evolutionists and remove all y'all teeth, because y'all don't deserve it. You know what I'm saying? Chop y'all damn heads off, because y'all don't deserve to live. Okay? Seriously. I will never, and I can never stoop my mentality down to such. There is no word to describe the foolishness of evolutionists and atheists. There is none. There doesn't exist a word. Because the Almighty did not create such a term. It does not exist. Because it is complete and utter. There is no word to describe it. Life is such a miracle. Life. Alive. We're living. We wake up every day. We can command ourselves to get up and walk and do whatever we want to do. Free will. We could do anything we want to do. We just get up, walk, go to sleep, chill, play video games, watch movies, watch this video. You could choose to listen to what I'm saying. You could choose to not listen to what I'm saying. Life is a blessing. To not know the blessing of life is to not be a thinker. Because when you think, you would see just how valuable life is. You would also see how unreal life is. Life is really unreal. I mean, humanity is almost unreal. You ever just ask yourself, like, man, I actually exist, like I'm really here, like I'm really alive. You touch yourself to see if this is real, like if this, because there is something mystic about life, about being here. But there's more to it than just that we are here. Who made us is the question. Who? Has he given us a message? Is there a way to find him? How do we find him? Is it even a him? Is it a she? These are legitimate questions, but you gotta ask them. But to say that you were not created, I mean, your eyes are perfectly circular. You know how difficult it is to draw a perfect circle? So that chance just does a perfect circle on your eye, a perfect circle on your blood vessels, red blood cells, a perfect circle for the moon, a perfect circle for all the planets, Saturn, Jupiter, Venus, Mercury. They're all perfect circles. Your eye is a perfect ball. Every animal has a nose. Every insect has noses. They all have ears. They all have eyes. Why does every living organism need to have an ear and a nose and a mouth and eyes? The person or personage who created them, these are his trademarks of his creation. When you think deep into it, you know there is a creator. But the reason why people like to dismiss a creator is because he seems too mystic. He seems too unreal. But when you look at yourself, you can see that you yourself are unreal. Like we really do exist. This is unreal, right? Yeah, God is also unreal. But he's real. He's there. You just can't see him. But to say that because you can't see him, that means he doesn't exist. Well then, I mean, haven't you heard of all the discoveries in science? Everything that they've discovered, there is more that exists that cannot be seen than there is that which can be seen. So that argument that, oh, we can't see it so it doesn't exist is old. You got to come up with something new.
Let me give you all an example. The light we can see is made up of individual colors of the rainbow. They represent only a very small portion of the electromagnetic spectrum. Other types of light include radio waves, microwaves, infrared radiation, ultraviolet rays, X-rays, and gamma rays, all of which are invisible and imperceptible to the human eyes. What you are looking at right now is a gamma ray burst. Gamma ray bursts are the most powerful explosions in the universe. They emit most of their energy in gamma rays, light which is much more energetic than the visible light that we can see with our naked eyes. Remember that.
Everything that they've discovered, there is more that exists that cannot be seen than there is that which can be seen. So that argument that, oh, we can't see it so it doesn't exist is old. You got to come up with something new. Because there is more that exists that can't be seen than what you can see with the naked eye. Now, if there's more that exists that can't be seen with the naked eye, how can you say that God is not real because you can't see him? But obviously he is real because who made us? And nothing natural can create life. Nothing natural can create life. It takes something above natural to create life. It takes something supernatural to create life. You and I can never create life from scratch. And nothing cannot create life from scratch. You gotta be stupid to actually believe that. And to believe that requires more faith than to believe that a spirit being, a supernatural being, created life, because that's logical. Because logic tells you that natural things cannot produce life. So it takes supernatural. That's just common sense. We call that supernatural being as God. But you want to say, no, that doesn't exist. Okay, so what's the alternative? That we came from nothing? No, we came from something, but that something, what is it? Nervous system, cardiovascular system, respiratory system, your heart, your kidneys, your spleen, your liver, your nose to breathe in oxygen so that you won't die. The time span it will take for you to work on yourself through evolution. No living organism can live that long to work on itself to produce its life. How did it take its first breath? I mean, I don't need to go any further. God is amazing. God is so amazing. And I like to talk about him when I feel like I look good, because people tend to listen to people who look good. You know, they don't like to listen to people who look ratchet and disorderly or have messed up beards, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, people listen. I hate to admit it, but I do prefer to look at a woman who looks beautiful, or a man who looks, decent, well kept, who's talking about any subject, rather than someone who doesn't look like they care about themselves. Like, humans are very objective people, beings. We are very shallow. It's just how we are. I mean, a man doesn't approach a woman because he loves her intelligence. No man ever did that. I'm just stating the obvious. No woman ever came up to a man because he was intelligent. It's because, he's tall, he looked good. A man comes up to a woman because she looks good, she's beautiful, she got the curves, right? We're shallow people. It's natural. Adam broke into poetry over Eve, not because he was in love with Eve's brain. It's because it wasn't lust at first sight, because he didn't know Eve. But when he saw Eve, he was like, at last, the flesh of my flesh and bone of my bones. Because Eve was sexy, period. Lust at first sight. We're shallow people. We're shallow beings. So when I feel like I look good, I like to make a video about God, because maybe people will listen. Maybe. I don't know. Most times people don't listen, but it's better at least to talk about God when you look good, to make him look good, to give him glory, than to talk about him when you don't look good. You know what I'm saying? Like, show him that respect, and show yourself that respect too. So yeah.